Hi, I'm Rita Wilkins, also known as the Downsizing Designer. It's almost Halloween. It's always a fun holiday, and it's also the beginning of the wonderful holiday season. So happy Halloween, everyone, and I hope that you um, enjoy. So, because it's close to Halloween, I wanted to talk about how a designer can help you prevent the next design project from becoming an absolute nightmare. So, we all probably have a few scary stories that we've either heard or we've experienced for ourselves, renovation projects that have gone awry. And you've probably heard friends in nightmarish detail tell you of everything that went wrong on a project. So today I want to talk about how working with the right interior designer can actually take that fright out of the process for your next renovation process. So when I say right designer, what does that mean? I mean a designer that's a good fit for you, one that has knowledge, field experience, and education, and also one that you enjoy working with. So, like any other relationship, whether it's an attorney or a doctor, um, you really want to have them get you and understand your tastes, your style, your wants, your needs, your wish list, and also your budget. And you also want a designer who you understand and you align with their business practices. One, just for instance, knowing what things are going to cost up front, that they work with contracts and proposals, um, and they provide all the information you need to know about their fee structure and that they're completely transparent. So, in my mind, a good fit would be someone that is not just a good designer, but is also a good business person. And that will just help you have a much better project, one that's going to prevent some of the nightmares. So, how do you find that right designer? So, after doing your own due diligence, your own research with family, friends, the internet, and so forth, once you've narrowed it down, why don't you have that designer come to your home or to your office to walk through and actually see the project? See if they listen, see if they ask you a lot of questions, see if they take notes, see if they're curious about what you want, what you need, what you wish for, what you don't want. All of those things are so important. Do you like their ideas? Have they given you ideas that you've never thought of before, helped you see that space just a little differently? What is their communication style? I think that's pretty important to know. It's like any good relationship. Are you going to be seeing them every day during the project? How often do you have team meetings? Are they available for you to call on a moment's notice because you have questions? Those are things that are important to know if it's going to work or not work for you. Then, of course, looking at their website, their portfolios, checking out their references. Those are all pretty normal. Are they doing blogs or videos? Do you like what you see, what you hear? And just does it align with who the person that you want to work with? And then ask how they work. What their fee structures are, what services they provide. For us, I've always been a full service interior design firm, so we go from the concept to the completion. But anywhere in that process, people can use our services for selected amounts, whatever is right for them. And then, do their values align with yours? To me, this is so critical. What you hear, what you experience in that initial consultation with that person, what do you hear that you like or you don't like? And then, last but definitely not least, are they skilled in all phases of design and construction process? If you are doing a renovation together, to have someone at your ready to be able to just respond quickly, troubleshoot, know how to solve problems in the field. This entire vetting process is definitely worth the cost of an initial consult fee. And you want someone that's not only qualified, but someone that you enjoy working with. So once you've selected that designer that you really want to work with, here are a few ways that a designer can help you and a few of those nightmarish things that you can avoid. So just this morning, I had someone call me and said, Rita, I'm just so tired. I just want to get this project done. She had been talking about it for over 2 years, and I know that because I talked to her about 2 years ago about the same project. And she said, I'm just so tired of not making decisions. I can't make up my mind. I'm overwhelmed. And she thought she could do this by herself, but she finally called a designer. So anyway, one thing that a designer can help you with is get the project off the ground. And of course, once you start a project and you start seeing movement, that gets pretty exciting because you know that there's a beginning and then there's an end. A designer can also help you set realistic expectations. One disservice I think HGTV has done for us is to have us believe that a project can happen overnight, which it can, but it's not normal. Have us believe that it can be done on no budget. Again, it can be done, but not normal. And also timelines. Their timelines are just kind of crazy. I will tell you that if I had 5 trucks in my driveway with qualified workmen, yeah, we could move mountains. But a designer can help you set realistic expectations, a realistic budget, and realistic timelines. So a good designer, too, that is a good fit for you, in my mind, is actually that of a trusted advisor. They can hold your hand through the process. That can be kind of scary. Doesn't have to be. So when you have a trusted advisor that's been there, done that, they help you anticipate possible problems, anticipate what's next. All of those things just help you not have the overwhelm that you can if you let it. And then another thing is a designer can help you from making mistakes by providing you options, knowing what choices work and don't work, knowing the materials that is a good specification or not, helping you save time and money. And a good design fit can also not only help you get it right, but get it done. So, when a project is done well and right, it's seamless, it's effective, it's efficient, it's within budget, it's on time. And that's what we shoot for all of the time. And, it is very possible. So just to know that it doesn't have to be a nightmare. Another complaint that I hear, and one of the nightmare stories that I've heard over the years is, I never really did have a plan that I loved, but we went ahead with it anyway. And then after the fact, it's, I wish I had. I wish I'd explored more options. I wish I had more choices. And I wish that I, knew what the process was all about, so it wasn't so scary in the middle. So a good design fit for you could be someone that helps you visualize what this could look like, have a plan. And when I say a plan, it's like all of the drawings, all of the elevations, the lighting plan, switching plans, everything. So that then it will help you prevent having to, spend extra money and wish you had, I guess I would say that, I try to help people anticipate what they might want, what they might need, and they can say no to it, but at least it was offered. And then also helping you actually execute the plan and knowing and being familiar with all the phases of the project. So knowing the process is critical. So having one at your side who is experienced in this will certainly help you avoid that overwhelm and that extra stress. So it's very easy, especially, watching enough HGTV, that people are actually very well informed, and I'm happy for that. But they think they know how to do this. It looks easy enough to, say, do a kitchen or bathroom renovation. And so they assume that they know how, and so they proceed. And then, after the fact, they say, oh, I wish I had had a designer, help me with the process, help me troubleshoot, because certainly things happen in the field. So to help avoid that stress and that overwhelm, a knowledgeable expert is familiar with not only the design process, but the bidding process. So, a good bid has to do with having all of the final drawings, all the final selections complete and signed off by the customer so that you can get a good apples and apples bid. Too often people are tempted by the lowest bidder, which sometimes works, but oftentimes does not, because they just didn't know what the final spec was and they anticipated something lower. So knowing the bidding process, helping the client through that process so that they get good and accurate pricing, knowing the construction process, what's going to happen this week, next week, and so forth. Helping, again, acting as a trusted advisor at the side of the client, helping them anticipate what needs to happen now so that the builder has everything he needs within the next week or 2 or 3. Making selections on time, having them available and in stock. All of those kind of things are pretty important to keeping a project moving forward efficiently and effectively. Then the project management phase. This has always been one of my favorites. My boys, when they were much younger, they would tease me and they'd say, my mom likes telling people what to do. And I would smile at that because, in effect, I do know the process and I do like making things happen. And in some ways, I guess I do tell people what to do, hopefully in a nice way. But by knowing the process, project management is really just project management. And it's, knowing this is next and that's next and so forth. I am a stickler for timelines and budgets, so we post our timelines. And so, we walk in and we say, okay, well, today we're going to be doing this, and at the end of the day, did we complete? And that helps everyone keep on course. It helps the client know what to anticipate next. Also, it just helps the project go a lot smoother. People are always anxious to see the trucks come into their driveway at the beginning of a project, but they're also very happy when they leave on that last day. So, and knowing the process also, a good designer can help you troubleshoot and problem solve in the field. I mean, inevitably things go wrong, and so rather than worrying about it, stressing out over it, how can we solve this? And another thing that clients frequently, one of those nightmare stories I've heard is, they regret not exploring more options. They felt like they limited themselves in ideas and choices, and they wish they had, for instance, put in more lighting. They wish the switching plan had been a little bit more efficient for their lifestyle. And sometimes it's either too late after the project is done or too expensive to change. So if we can, we try to provide limitless choices, limitless options, and also try to have you anticipate, what will be needed next, so and what you want and don't want, so that we can avoid that I wish I had. So if you're considering a renovation or a design project of any kind, whether it's for your home or your office, you are welcome to give me a call. I do have, you can go to my website, Rita Wilkins at ritawilkins.com, and you can schedule a free 30-minute consult. I'd love to talk to you about your project and see if there's any way that I can move you forward and also help you prevent a nightmare renovation from happening. Have a great day and have a happy Halloween.